Allie, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So it's really exciting to talk to you about voiceover work because the last time we talked to each other, it was for shortcomings. And so for you as a comedian, what is the joy of getting to kind of go into the recording booth and not necessarily have to in that moment worry about like your scene partner and just get to kind of do what you want to do and see how it kind of turns into a performance when the animation and everything else comes into play?
I think voiceover work is truly one of my first passions. I mean, my first job that I ever did was when I was 5 years old. I used to do voices for CD-ROM games.
Hmm.
So I think it really, voiceover just brings me back to my childhood. Like when you're alone in your room, no one's there, you're just using your full on imagination to create these worlds. And I think it just makes you feel like a kid again. You don't have to worry about how you look and the hair and the make all these things that you're normally like, so consumed by sometimes. It just feels nice to be able to let go and just do what's in your imagination. And sometimes you don't even, like you said, see anything until it's pretty much almost done.
Hmm. Yeah, and going from season one into season two, obviously things kind of you know a character well at that point. You can kind of just like fall back into what you're doing. What for you is the your favorite part of like this whole journey and like going into season two and getting to see where all these characters are in it?
Oh, I just love playing Haruka. Like her journey from season one, just being this newbie cop, from a small town in Hokkaido now to Tokyo, everything that she learned about justice and, black and white. I think she is someone who came into it thinking she knew what was good and evil. And I think through meeting Monkey and Bryce and everyone, she learned a lot about the gray area. And so I think season two, it was really fun to dive more into that of taking her outside of her, job. She had her tie and her uniform on. Now she's got her cool hoodie and she's in the streets of New York, kind of going rogue and learning more about what does justice look like? What does that look like for her? What really is good and evil? So I think it's such a fascinating story arc from season one to season two, new city, new action.
Yeah, and I have to ask because I think Hitmonkey, like as a show, but also Hitmonkey the character or monkey, as it were, looks
Yeah,
cool. I think it's so funny seeing a little monkey in a suit. But
I
he looks
know.
really cool. So it's like you're kind of like, okay, well, he looks cool about it, so it's fine. When you are watching something like this and you're like, yeah, I'm watching a show about a monkey, but he's in a suit and he looks really cool while he's doing his stuff. Do you ever like wish that you could do something like this in live action, or are you like, no, he looks cool enough in the animation?
Do I wish that Hitmonkey was a live animation?
Yeah, like if you basically Roger Rabbited it, where it's like
Oh,
all of
that,
you guys were human.
that would be amazing. I would love to. The thing that surprised me the most about season one was how touched I was by Hitmonkey as a character because he's not speaking, you're just reading all of his emotions through his facials and and I found that I would tear up sometimes, just especially in his backstory, learning all about what happened to him and his family and his tribe of monkeys. It is amazing what the animators can do. And I think, Floyd County Studios is just like so incredibly talented. And it
Mhm.
almost feels like you're watching a live action sometimes, I think, as they bring that, the gore, the humor, and the emotion too.
Yeah, and for last question, is there anything that you are the most excited for fans to see in season two?
Ooh, well, Haruka has a new element to her this season, which I don't want to spoil too much. But there was a first look picture that came out where you do
Mhm.
see her, she has a weapon in her back
Mhm.
that is basically a samurai sword, and she has some glowing eyes. So I'm very excited for people to see what that element is, how she's dealing with it, the temptation that she's kind of facing. So I'm very, very excited. And more gore, more action, more R-ratedness.
I love it. Thank you so much for talking with me today, and I can't wait for everyone to get to see season two.
Thank you. So good to see you,
Good
Rachel.
to see you. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.